So we just tried a new beer here. What's the name of this beer?
That's the Juicy.
Juicy?
Juicy.
That's the Juicy. This is by far my favorite beer from what we've tried so far. It's got such a sweet, citrusy taste to it.
Yeah.
It's definitely lighter than the Pilsner we had before. And I think so far from the beers we've had, this is like my favorite beer. It comes in a can that looks just like this. Be written Juicy when you come and grab it. And yeah, no, this is definitely my favorite beer. Hey guys, my name's Tino, and welcome to the first episode of our beer podcast. We'll be taking a look at BWB. Is that the one?
Bernard Whelan Brewing, yeah.
Awesome, man. Do you want to do a quick introduction of yourself and kind of what you're doing here?
Sure. Yeah, I've been in brewing since 2000 and traveled around a lot, and finally got some roots here at the German Society.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
I see we're holding a beer here. What are we drinking right now?
Yeah, it's the Dunkel Pilsner that we packaged today.
Dunkel Pilsner?
Fresh as it gets. Yeah.
Fresh as it gets. That's cool, man. And that's darker than most Pilsners.
Yeah, for sure it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, it's the same recipe as my Pilsner, the regular Pilsner, but I have some roasted wheat in there as well.
Some roasted wheat in there. Is that what gives it that darker look?
Yeah.
Okay. And what makes it different in terms of flavor palette from regular Pilsner when you make it a bit darker like that?
There's just a little hint of the roasted flavors, so that'd be coffee and chocolate flavors.
Like the coffee and chocolate flavors.
Yeah.
And I'm getting kind of a chocolatey taste from this. Is the darker you get, does that taste get a bit stronger?
That's right, yeah.
And that's kind of what the difference between the different stages of darkness, right? Is like how chocolatey it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if people are like me, so this is where you brew the beer here.
Yeah, it's tiny operation here, small as it gets. So
When did you get started brewing?
here, just in October, so it's been just about 3 months in now.
Oh, that's fantastic. What kind of made you branch off and be like, hey man, I want to start my own brewery now?
Yeah, it's something I've been thinking about for a while. The opportunity came up here. I've been on the executive with the German Society for a few years now.
Okay.
People were asking me, why don't you make your beer here? And I was always thinking bigger. That's, I'm used to working in bigger breweries, and then finally last summer I started thinking like maybe this is a way that I could do it, just being super small and not distributing, and then you don't have to pay the provincial markups when you're selling only on site.
Oh, okay. So on site means the brewery, like where you're brewing the beer.
Yeah, at the brewery location.
At the brewery location.
Yeah,
so you say you don't have to pay the provincial tax when you're selling it from the brewery location.
Yeah.
And I guess for you here, so you started a small brewery, which is super cool. I know a lot of people like probably think that like, hey, we like beer, we probably should brew our own beer, right? And they want to do their own small thing.
Yeah.
What are kind of like the most important things you found when you're kind of starting your own brewery?
For me, keeping things simple to start as you're learning, and I've always tried to keep my recipes highly drinkable. Right?
This is highly drinkable.
Yeah. So you can, you want to have 2, 3, 4, right, or more.
depending on the night.
Yeah.
Depending on the night.
So yeah.
And what are kind of the different beers you make? So you said you've got you mentioned 3 to us. What are the other different beers that you make, and tell us a bit more about those ones?
Because I'm at the German Society, I'm trying to focus on the German styles here.
Okay.
So a German Pilsner was one, and then there's a Czech Pilsner I'm doing as well. I'm kind of calling it Eastern German. But after high school, I was in Prague and drinking the Czech Pilsners fresh there, and it got me thinking way back when I was 18 about a career in brewing. So that's how it got started. So I'm making one of those as well as the German Pilsner here, and then I've got about 15 recipes now.
You got 15 recipes?
Yeah, so far over the 3 months, and all German styles.
So what's a German style beer?
Oh, well, in Europe, every little town would have their own particular style, right? Mm-hmm. So I've got the Pilsner malt is kind of a generic malt.
Okay.
And then there's a Vienna malt, a Munich malt, and I blend those all together to make my Dortmunder beer.
So that's a blend of 3 different kinds of malt beers.
Yeah, I've got, mostly it's barley.
Barley,
for beer, yeah. But I've got a Weizen, which is a wheat beer as well.
Okay.
So 50% wheat instead of barley is kind of the minimum.
And what does that do? Like having it 50% wheat and 50% barley?
The wheat is just a different flavor.
Do you find, is wheat sweeter? I heard one of them is sweeter than the other. Or is that incorrect?
It just depends on the type of malt.
The type of
how
malt.
it's processed. Yeah.
Cool. Well, speaking of process, do you wanna show us how you brew it? How you brew it here?
Well, yeah.
You got a little setup here. You got
my little brewing systems.
Yeah. Is it just these 2 here?
Yeah. And they make about 30 liters each.
Okay.
There's a basket that I dump the grain into, and that drops into the can here.
Mm-hmm.
And I have different temperatures, different enzymes, and that's the mashing part. And then the basket with the wheat or the barley, the grain comes out, and you pour water on top. So that's called the sparge.
The sparge,
it's the second
okay.
process. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you boil it and cool it, and I can pump the wort. It's called the sweet water. It'll get pumped around in a whirlpool. So that's a fourth process that takes place in the brewing vessel, and then it gets pumped into the fermenters. See, Smash is a simple beer.
Okay.
So some of the guys like really simple. They're finding my German Pilsner a little too hoppy.
And how long do they ferment for?
They'll ferment for a week.
And how long does a beer last? Like, does beer expire? Is that a thing? Like,
yeah, for sure.
does beer expire?
There's some bigger beers that improve a little with age, but this is simple stuff. It's best fresh.
What's fresh? 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks in the can. What's fresh?
Yeah, a month I would say.
A month
is best. Yeah, but I've had them last. Not around me, but some of my fans, the fan club, they keep them for safekeeping and try them after about 6 months, and they were still tasting very good. So
for sure.
Yeah.
So how much did this whole setup cost? Like, if someone was going out, let's start a brewery today.
Oh.
I wanna brew like you. How much would they be in for to get this setup going?
The fermenter is around 100 each, and the brewing system's about 500 each.
One of the things I think is really cool is like microbreweries are super important because you get the chance to do this, right? To experiment with different beers and make the beers that you like, right? And then that a small group of people.
Yeah, and making stuff that the Pilsners they're available in stores, but there's some other stuff that's not really readily available in stores. So.
And this is your logo here?
Yeah, that's the labels that goes on the cans.
Do you put them on yourself there?
Yeah, everything's handcrafted.
Handcrafted from the beer right down to the label on the can.
Yeah. Write the name of the brand on there, and the alcohol, the bitterness units.
Okay.
And
the bitterness units?
Yeah.
What are those?
That'd be the amount of hops that's in the beer. Yeah. So you have the sweetness from the barley,
okay,
from the grain, and then you have the bitterness from the hops.
Okay.
In between, you have the balance.
So I know you work with chef up here, and you serve your beer here, and I guess there's food as well. Is there any particular foods that go well with certain kinds of beers for you?
I've got a smoked beer as well. It doesn't really go with everything, but chef he smokes meat here as well. Okay. So there's German ham. So that would be a good pairing with the smoked beer.
So what's a smoked beer like?
Yeah, similar smoking process. The grain gets smoked.
Oh, the grain gets smoked.
The grain gets smoked.
So if someone wants to get your beer, they can get it here at the German Society.
Yeah, 121 Charles.
121 Charles in Winnipeg. If you want to get some of this beer, do you sell them singles in packs? What kind of size? Well, how many can I get? How many can I get if I came down here?
We'll sell you all of them, but yeah, they're available as singles.
What's your favorite beer that you make?
Oh, I think it depends on the day.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Like I said, that Czech Pilsner is the reason that I got into brewing in the first place.
Yeah. Are you German yourself?
My dad is from Germany. Yeah.
Your dad's from Germany, so you spent some time out there.
A little bit, yeah.
Do you find like beer in like Europe different from beer that's made here, like in North America?
Yeah. I mean, I worked at a big brewery over there. It's done a little different. Beers, they've got high gravity brewing. So,
high gravity brewing?
Yeah, the big guys, to save on space, I guess they'll make a stronger beer, and then they'll dilute it down on the way to the filler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So a little different way of doing it.
A quick recap, super small brewery here in Winnipeg, locally made, and you can get it here at the German Society Club.
Yep.
Buy from the source, and you help the local brewery, and which is great. It's been great chatting with you as well. If you are looking to start a brewery, like you said, keep it simple. Don't complicate it too much. About $1,500 startup cost to get started. If you're looking to get a brewery going on your own, you get to keep a bit more of your margins when you sell from here. And then anything else you'd like to tell anyone who's thinking about starting a brewery?
Good boy.
No, that's everything.
Good luck to you.
Good luck.
man.
Good luck
Yeah.
to you. Like, well, you know what?
The more the merrier, right?
If you know what, if you make beer as good as this. I like this beer. If you make beer that's as good as this, I'm pretty sure you'll do just fine. Well, thanks so much, guys. We will have a link below to the location where you can buy this where you can buy this beer. We'll also have a quick recipe, quick beer list for you in the post as well. If you're looking for the beers to buy, we'll have a list of the beers that he's making here, and you can get them here as well. We'll have the address and all that information for you right below.